How come if you're falling constantly, though, which an astronaut is falling constantly, why don't you just hit... How come you don't... Why do you fall around the Earth instead of just falling down to it? I don't get that.
You're out far. You're out far enough, and you're moving fast enough. Where
are you still?
Your rate of falling is equal to the to the speed that you're falling at. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words. Yeah,
like you're not falling back onto the Earth. You're falling like 300...
away from it, but not too far away, and not too close where you crash into it. It is a very delicate balance in orbit.
Man. I was amazed when I read that's what, because they said that there's 90%, the astronaut has 90% of the gravity that we do. It's not gravity free. Otherwise, the moon would fly off. So he's dealing with almost the same gravity we are, but he's falling, and that's why things float. I never knew that until recently.
It's because it's relative to the ship itself. The ship is falling at the same rate you are. So, you know, if you were in a ship and they just dropped you from an airplane, you would feel like weightless. You wouldn't see outside. You wouldn't feel the wind hitting you. So you'd be like, oh, I'm weightless until, you know, you hit the ground.
Yeah.
But it's the same principle. Yeah, you're just falling.
Does it make you woozy?
Some people, I'm sure it does, right?
Some people, yeah, get space sick.
How do you sleep?
Cool,
how do you sleep falling for 8 straight hours?
Dude.
They actually strap themselves to the wall. They have, like, their beds are against the wall, and they just kind of, like, strap themselves in.
That's a horrible way to sleep.
There. But you're not...
You can't turn over? You can't roll around?
Oh,
really? God, I'd get a horrible night's sleep.
But dude, I can't sleep on Earth. How does he sleep falling?
Right.
Might be better.
No, it can't be better.
Well, you don't feel anything. You don't
but you
feel
gotta
like
move
you're
around
standing.
when you're sleeping.
I need to feel my own weight when I sleep. Imagine not feeling if your arms are just fucking tickling against your thighs. Falling. I couldn't do it.
Every so often, you do need to add a little power to an orbit, or else it just decays and you fall back down.
How often?
I don't know. It all depends on how fast you're going, how far, what orbit you're in. You know, I guess if you're in a further orbit from the Earth, it doesn't need as much attention as if you're in a closer orbit. But yeah, they occasionally got to, you know, kind of boost them a little further away and shit.
They got to make their adjustments.
A little adjustment.
Let's say hi to Truth in Chicago. Truth.
Joe.
Hi, Truth.
What's up, Truth?
I know you were kidding Jim when you said they probably get bored of seeing Earth or whatever from the space, but there's a mini documentary out called Overview, and it's a bunch of astronauts and talking about how all the astronauts have some sort of experience called the overview effect, that when you see the Earth from a spaceship, it like changes your life and shit.
What? Yeah, well, I imagine it. What does it do?
Yeah, what have they said about it?
Well, I don't know. It's like this philosophy that sort of brings them to this oneness epiphany or whatever that, you know, they can't really, I don't know, I can't explain it.
It would be very hard to look at the Earth not being on it, first of all, realize and get to see the smallness of it in space.
No, yeah, that's what it's all about.
And kind of, it makes you think like, yeah, like, oh boy, any arguments we have on this planet are quite petty in the scheme of things, I would assume.
Yeah, the imagery is outstanding and shit. I recommend it. It's like, it's 20 minutes long. It's not going to work for the air or whatever, but...
What's it called again? Overview?
It's called Overview.
Okay.
I guess if you just Google Overview Effect.
Yeah, we got it on the YouTube.
Google.
Why don't we play the first minute of this? Just check it out. Oh. Thank you, sir. Truth.
Thank you, sir. What's that say?
Sounds like the beginning of Thriller.
Yeah, there's a little bit of writing here.
From 1948, a guy had this quote.
Once a photograph of the Earth taken from outside is available, a new idea as powerful as any in history will be let loose.
Oh, that's before it was ever taken. Okay.
Wow.
Wow. That man's high. This is from Earth. It's about a rocket about to take off. Showing some spacemen. Doors closing. Guys are smoking
in the control room.
Yeah.
Nice.
Apollo 8 went to the moon.
I remember Apollo 8. Look at that. amazing. They used to show
They
the
didn't
rocket.
land, but they did circle the moon. And I was watching it on television, and at a certain point, one of the astronauts casually said, "We're going to turn the camera around and show you the Earth." And he did. And that was the first time I had ever seen the planet hanging in space like that. And it was profound.
I think that for me, like for many other people, it was quite a shock. I don't think any of us had any expectations about how it would give us such a different perspective. I think the focus had been, we're going to the stars, we're going to the other planets, and suddenly we look back at ourselves and it seems to imply a new kind of self-awareness.
Imagine being that far from the Earth. It just looks
creepy.
Look,
One of
you're
the
like, hey, there it
astronauts
is.
said, when we originally went to the moon, our total focus was on the moon. We weren't thinking about looking back at the Earth. But now that we've done it, that may well have been the most important reason we went.
Jesus
Would it be
Christ.
funny if all the astronauts became white supremacists when they came back? It gives you this horrible views. And we just realized that the Jews were ruining everything. They have this completely horrible... That would be hilarious.
That epiphany?
Yeah.
The Earth does look fucking pretty cool from space,
Yeah,
man.
it's really nice.
Golly,
It
I
just-
remember going through launch, which is an overwhelming experience.
Yeah. Going through lunch. Yeah, that's what I do every day at noon. What the hell are you talking
not
about?
lunch. Launch.
Oh.
Regular Joe. Regular Joe.
Yeah.
The engines cut off. I felt myself floating out of the seat. I floated over to the window, looked out, and we were coming up over the coast of Africa.
Space.
And that's when it hit me. I'm in space. And, you know, I just got incredibly excited because it's something I had dreamed about since I was
I thought he
6
was going
years
to say that's
old.
when it hit me. Anthony's right.
I think you start out with this idea
Who's this
of
broad?
what it's going to be like.
What'd you get someone
and then
coffee
when
that
you
saw
do
it?
finally look at the Earth for the first time,
Misogynist.
you're
Yeah.
overwhelmed by how much more beautiful it really
Yeah.
is.
So nice that it's so nice that I can be up here cooking for the boys. And
This dynamic, alive place
Yeah.
that
Astronaut?
You see
What?
glowing all the
She's
time.
a woman. It's impossible.
Exactly. Just
It was
straight,
truly
unbouncy hair.
incredible to be up there, doing what I always wanted to do my whole life, and then
Jerking off.
to kind of glance back at the planet
Jerk off in
and
space.
see that view was just tremendous.
His cum's floating all over the place for a month.
I can only describe what I've seen. You know, looking down at the Earth and you see that line that separates day into night slowly moving across the planet. Thunderstorms on the horizon casting these long shadows as the sun sets. And then watching the Earth come alive.
Oh, that's cool.
You see the lights
Solar
from the cities
panel
and the towns.
poked out. Look at that. It
The
just
events
lights
you see
up.
from space, like flying over thunderstorms, looking at them from the top.
Thunder and
are
lightning. Look at lightning
spectacular.
in the clouds.
Like a
That's so
fireworks show
fucked
going
up.
on, and you're
And I say
looking
look
at it
at,
from
meaning
the
everyone in the
very
room.
top.
You at home can go
Yeah.
fuck yourself.
Shooting stars going
The
below
aurora
us, or-
borealis.
Or
Yeah.
dancing curtains of auroras. It's just very hard to describe all the, you know, the colors,
see
the
cool
beauty,
stuff
the,
up
the
there.
motion.
Yeah.
It's magic.
It really is nice. You know how
is.
many of these things are probably attributed to the gods years ago?
My job
Oh
is
my
lunar
God.
module pilot.
Oh,
To
Edgar.
be responsible for the lunar module
Good old
itself.
Edgar Mitchell.
And
Oh, Edgar
responsible
Mitchell.
for the science on the moon.
Flying.
So when we started home,
Where's the
I had a little more
toothpaste?
time to look out the window than
Sorry,
the other
the
guys
window.
because most of my responsibilities were completed. We were
telling yourself
in
to
a
shut up.
particular mode called the barbecue mode. So we were flying like this and rotating like that.
Like a barbecue.
What that caused to happen was every 2 minutes, a picture of the Earth, the Moon, the Sun, and a 360-degree panorama of the heavens
Wow.
appeared in the spacecraft window. And I had studied astronomy, and I had studied
If
cosmology.
you saw
I
this
hope
guy,
you did.
I fully understood that.
if you saw that guy, would you think he was an
molecules
astronaut
in
that
my
would
body, the
fucking?
molecules, my partner's bodies, and in the spacecraft, had been prototyped in some ancient generation of stars. In other words, it was pretty obvious from those descriptions we're stardust. Well, that was pretty awesome and powerful.
particularly since
Just looks like an old grandpa.
I had a little more time at this point to be reflective and to think about it.
When he said I studied astronomy, yeah, we figured that.
Yeah.
Flying to the moon.
I think is one of those words that you have a better understanding of once you see it, too. I felt like, using the word awesome was totally appropriate when it came to describing what the planet
Also
looks
say
like.
that when the cookies come out of the oven.
Yeah. It's like when I get a new hairdo.
Right.
I look
have
at
that
the
experience of awe is, at least for the moment, to let go of yourself, to transcend the sense of separation. So it's not just that they were experiencing something other than them, but that they were at some very deep level.
Would you go into space given the opportunity?
I don't know, because the sickness I'd worry about.
Oh, God, you gotta go.
Rotating.
Get down with this sickness.
Dude, rotating the fucking Earth, moon, sun, space.
That would fuck you up.
I'd vomit.
In the International Space Station often say that
Maybe
much
not so
of
much
their
in the
free
space
time
station,
is filled
though.
with what they call earth gazing.
I'd love to.
Just staring.
You know what sucks? We want to watch this whole
I
thing.
know.
Yeah.
But we got a show to do.
Yeah, all right, turn that off.
I want to be a space boy.
Oh, fuck.
It's called The Overview Effect. Put it on our Facebook page, Opie and Anthony. It's worth seeing. It's beautiful.
It's pretty cool.
That one shot of Earth with the thunderstorms and the lightning.
It's amazing looking at thunderstorms from above the clouds.
Wow. Well, you get to see that in a plane every once in a while.
Yeah,
You'll see that shit.
Not like that, though.
No,
Boy,
not like that. Of
that's
course
pretty
not.
high up.
Of course not, but
Cool as fuck.
I got to write that down. I want to watch the rest of that when I get home.
I don't know. Years ago, I would have said, like, oh, of course I'll go into space. Now I'm just like, who cares?
What? No. You'd go in a second.
I'd go, I guess.
I don't know if I
You
would.
would have to go if you had the opportunity.
I'd be afraid that it was going to be like that movie, like
Oh,
Gravity,
man.
and then I would just be floating away, yelling, "Help!
Help, help.
Where's Jim? He's floating away quickly."
I'll be at Funny Bone.
Yes. Yes. I probably have the same amount of people as I fucking would floating through space. Oh, look, the fucking the lunar improv is half full. Well, at least in those days, Jim is fucking
Jimmy.
as popular here as he is everywhere on Earth.
That's terrible.
That's
Like that they care that little about him, though, that somebody just casually asks, "Hey, where's Jim?" And then the other guy goes, "Oh, he's floating away."
Yes.
Floating away.
He's floating away at 16,000 miles an hour.
Oh, God, that
Yeah.
would be horrific. We should take a break.
Yeah, let's go eat some space food.
Space?
Yeah, I'm going to squish it into my mouth. It comes in Jimmy's cock.
Yeah. My mother told me I should be an astronaut.
Oh, yeah?
Why did she say your head's up in space?
You're a fucking cocksucker.
Okay. Okay.